Welcome, everyone.
What would you do if you had my life? Work like me, had them stripes. Would you go hard just to have that ice? But I'm just fair trying to have that price. Any yo cooking about to add that spice. Nowadays dudes never had that fight. When it push bill, better burst your pipes. What would you do if you had my life? Work like me, had them stripes. Would you go hard just to have that ice? But I'm just fair trying to have that price. Any yo cooking about to add that spice. Nowadays dudes never had that fight. When it push bill, better burst your pipes.
The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by...
WNBA. The WNBA podcast.
Whoa. The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by the World Cup Survivor Pool. $25 entry, winner take all at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/splash. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the voice, no the guy. It's me, really Ro, a villain Ro, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Lock in, strap in, get ready to go. We don't have time to waste. 3 games on a Friday, 4 games on a Saturday. We're breaking them all down next 2 days to help get you through majority of your weekend at the WNBA Gambling Podcast. A lot of action to get down on. Scott Reichel here with me to break it all down. Scott Reichel, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, a lot of games. Looking forward to it. Should be fun. And Commissioner's Cup. So the games matter. Looking forward to it.
Yep, we trying to win some money. $500,000 up for grabs. A lot to talk about. Some good games on the docket. Some bad games on the docket. A lot to get through. First, last night, I know we didn't break down these games last night, but Indiana Fever got to win 83-71 as Angel Reese had another loss to this Indiana Fever squad. And the Fever, good bounce back win because I think the Dream are a top team in the league, and they needed it because the Fever looked trash. And also, Valkyrie's first half is still making you money. They lost the game, though, but they did cover, so Valkyrie's still doing Valkyrie's things. My Valkyries, people know. All right. Other than that, let's get into the action. We don't have any time to waste. But first, I got to remind everybody that the World Cup is near. The Premier League Gambling Podcast is now the World Cup Gambling Podcast, and they have group previews and daily picks for the World Cup. Plus, we're doing a World Cup Survivor Pool, $25 entry, winner take all. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/splash. Use promo code SGPN for $20 off. I'm sorry, for $20 in quick pick entries. You get $20 in quick pick entries. No deposit required to get that $20 in quick pick entries. Make sure you go check it out at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/splash. All right. Let's start things off here. Because the Connecticut Sun are on the road going to play Chicago Sky. Chicago's 3-6, Connecticut's 2-9. Sky laying 5.5 points here at home. 163.5 is total. Yeah, I understand Connecticut sucks. Connecticut's pretty bad. But, like, Chicago's not good either. It's crazy how like one injury. Well, I mean, like they've had a lot of other things going on, but really one injury derailed an entire offseason of prep in how we were preparing for the Chicago Sky season. And now this season looks like it's going to be a lot of the same, where they're not going to win a lot of games. We'll see how they look when they get healthier. And DJ Carrington is back in the lineup, and they can be as healthy as they can be without Rickea Jackson. But Rickea Jackson and my thought of her being, most improved player of the year, really, really big loss to the Chicago Sky team. They can't score the ball at all. I mean, I know that Connecticut can't score, but Chicago can't score either. And so I don't feel comfortable laying any amount of points with Chicago at this point, honestly, against anybody. So it's disgusting, but it's too many points for a total game. As of right now, Sky, I am taking the dog.
Yeah, I think I agree. I see 6.5 in some spots. Connecticut's not good. We already know this, but at least, Morrow's been solid. They did beat the Sparks. They did end up losing to the Dream by 16, but that was a game for 3 quarters. They hung in there against the Dream, so at least that counts for something. But the Sky, ever since Rickea got injured, they really haven't won a game. So based on that, they're 0-4 at home. The Sky might beat this team because they really need to, because Connecticut is technically the easiest win on the entire schedule, but Connecticut's been better lately. They ended up beating the Sparks. They gave the Dream a run for their money. I think 6.5 is too many points. Can the Sky win this game handily? Sure. But I haven't seen them look good since Rickea got hurt. So, yeah, I'm with you. It would be Sun or pass.
Yeah. Both of these two teams, I mean, Connecticut's bottom of the league in scoring. Chicago's almost bottom of the league in scoring. Defensively, it's not better for either one of these two teams, honestly. Chicago's slightly better, but like it's just really bad stuff. And Connecticut would have to have an all-world ugly defensive game for me to think Chicago is going to cover this line. I just think this is going to be closer. One of them closer ugly matchups. 163.5 is total. Probably go over.
I think I'm with you, but not really that interested. But Connecticut's been scoring lately, at least more than people expected. So I guess I'm on the over.
And that's really it, just because the offense is kind of woken up a little bit. And so maybe it carries over into this game. Maybe they start keep the scoring up, especially with Commissioner Cup. You want to put up as many points as possible, but it hasn't been good. Hasn't been good. Bad bump from both of these two teams. Yikes. All right, let's go to Dallas, where the Dallas Wings are on the road. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Dallas Wings are on the road going to play the Los Angeles Sparks in Los Angeles, actually. And Wings are laying 5.5. 178.5 is the total. Let's see here. Do I have an injury report? We got Kelsey Plum still out.
Well, actually, not true. She's probable for the game tonight.
You do? I have out.
Yeah. That's why the line moved like 5-6 points. Dallas is favored by a ton overnight, but I see that as an update, Plums is expected to go today.
Yeah, but does that make you feel good about Sparks?
No, the point is the line still moved like 5 points. So that's why I'm assuming she's going to play in the game. I'm not saying I'd take the Sparks anyway, but that's why the line is moved. It's because Kelsey's expected to play. Can she move? I don't know, but she's supposed to play in this game. That's why the total's going up too.
Yeah. Just kidding. Okay, I see it. Probable 15 out. Okay, so that was
because Dallas
weird.
was like 6.5, I think, overnight, and now it's at 1.5. So that's why the line moved so much. I wouldn't take the Sparks because I don't think they're any good. They did beat the Aces in that one game because Plum had 38 points, so they need her to have a monster game if they want a chance to win. The Wings, though, look, at the end of the day, they didn't take Miles, who is an absolute lunatic, but Fudd's been good so far in the rookie season. Paige, we know, is a very solid player. They have depth. They can score. They have a lot of options offensively. I see a bunch of points in this game, so I kind of like the over because I'm not sure we see much defense at all between these teams. But I think it would be Wings or pass. I think the Wings are the better team. The Sparks are 4-5 overall. They're not really a great team, even when Plum plays. I would go Wings minus 1.5, but I think I like the over because I'm just not sure if we end up seeing either team score less than 90 points. This might just be an absolute track meet. So I don't mind the over, but I like Dallas.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Wings as well. I'm not sold on the Sparks as a team. I'm not sold that they're, you know, any really good, but Dallas has started to win me over this season and just how they play, how consistent they look, and the fact that they can turn the notch up defensively and be able to hold teams from scoring 100 points on them any given night, like unlike we've seen them in years past. So I'll give them the credit that they deserve for that. I think that they've been able to be a lot better defensively. Maybe not the best, but still much, 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 much better than whatever the heck they were dealing with before. So I agree with you. I like Dallas here. I think they'll be able to step up. I don't know if the pace is something that the Sparks are going to be able to keep up with. I'm not even certain if the Sparks even know what they're doing with the personnel they have on the court and trying to figure this thing out. And I think that's why they had that stretch where Plum was out and they're like, oh, well, who's going to be that person to step up for us? Because it hasn't been good. It just hasn't been good. So yeah, I'll take Dallas here. They're scoring the ball a little bit better, been more consistent. Sparks giving up 91.8 points per game this season. Jesus Christ, that's dead last. Like, not even close to anybody else. Dead last in the league right now. And they gave up 88.2 points per game last year. So, like, there's no growth. In fact, you're actually getting worse. Whereas Dallas has increased their defense to the fifth best scoring defense in the league right now. And that's saying a lot for them. So, yeah, give me Dallas. I'll take them plus the points. I mean, laying the short number and they get the win. I understand Plum is back, but I think that's a little bit exaggeration. I think Dallas can still win here on the road. And it's Commissioner's Cup. Everybody wants to win this money. 178.5 is total.
I already told you it'd be over or pass.
Yep. Over. All right. Before we get to the next game on the slate, let's talk to the people about Circa Survivor, Circa Millions, and Circa Grandissimo all back and better than ever with over 30 million in prizes, 20 million for Circa Survivor, 6 million for Circa Million, and 4 million for Grandissimo. Sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere using our official proxy, Football Contest Proxy. Head over to footballcontest.com and use promo code SGPN. Get $50 off your proxy fees. And we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, putting up $1 million in their Steal the Pot promotion for the NBA Finals. And you can just make money picking higher or lower your favorite player fantasy stats and throwing them all into an underdog entry. Underdog's also got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5. Get $50 in bonus funds when you use that sign-up code NBA SGPN. That is NBA SGPN. All right. Mercury are on the road, going to play the Portland Fire. Fire laying 2.5 in this game. 162.5 is the total. AT is questionable for the game. Kalia Copper's doubtful for the game. Yeah, okay, so this typically doesn't happen to us because we're normally so spot on with win totals. So, like, I'm really just like, it's hard to admit when you're wrong sometimes, but like,
no, they're pretty good. The
Fire are pretty decent. They have continued to figure things out. They have a gift in front of them right now with the fact of AT could possibly not play, and Kalia Copper looks like she's not playing. And this Mercury team has already been going through it, trying to figure out how they're going to get any type of stops defensively, how they're going to be any type of a decent overall team at all. Like, Phoenix has been playing horrible. They've actually been playing horrible basketball. And the fact that they had to get a cheap win against the Seattle Storm that honestly, they didn't even blow them out. The Storm were in that game. Phoenix just found a way to close it out. How do you have faith in the Phoenix Mercury right now?
On the road, especially, because we know how good the home court advantage has been for Portland so far this season.
2-4 on the road this season. ATS for the Phoenix Mercury, 3-8 overall. I mean, they're not defending. We've known Phoenix to be one of the better teams. Last season, they were 5th, giving up 80 points per game. They are now giving up currently 86 points per game. Like, if you're not getting any stops defensively and you don't have this all-world cast that's just going to be able to put up points, like a Los Angeles Sparks or a Dallas Wings who in years past may not have been able to guard anything, but they were gonna push the pace and they were gonna put up as many points as they gave up. This Mercury team cannot keep up with the scoring if you're going out in there and you're putting up 90 points per game. And Portland, if you let them score, they will. Like, that is literally the handicap for Portland at this point. If you have a bad defense, Portland will score on you. But if you're decent, good defense, then they're probably not going to do anything. Right now, the Mercury have a horrible defense. Kalia Copper is not expected to play, so that's a huge offensive workload that's just gone. And then what if AT doesn't play? It just gets even worse and worse and uglier from here. Give me Portland.
I mean, I think I have to agree with you. I'm not sure what the case is for Phoenix. Phoenix, even with all their players, has been really bad this season. But now you're going to tell me that potentially their 2 best players are sitting in this game, and you're against Portland, who's been underrated, and Portland's been great at home because the inaugural home season it just has had a great crowded atmosphere so far. I'm with you. And the line should be a lot higher. If we're looking at a decent possibility that Copper and AT miss this game, which remains to be seen. Like, I'm not sure what the percentage would be on both of them playing or sitting, but if AT and Copper end up sitting, Portland should be laying at least like 5 in this game. At least. And I don't know what the chances are of the Mercury using AT and Copper. 1, because we don't know how severe the injuries are. 2, I think even the Mercury know, as fun as it is for an extra $500,000, they're not winning anything. Like, they have no chance of winning the Commissioner's Cup, if we're being honest here. So I am kind of wondering what the probability is they play. But if there's even a chance that they sit, this line's going to explode. I got to go with the Fire, minus 2.5. This line's too short.
All right. Total is 162.5. Under.
I think it would be under a pass too. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't see Phoenix consistently getting enough offense. I think they drag this total down.
I think that would be my move instead. I think I'd probably take the team total under for Phoenix because I can see the Fire potentially scoring a lot of pick and pop threes. Maybe the Mercury just stopped guarding people. I did have their team total under against the Lynx, and they lost that game by, I don't know, about 90. But they went under that number. They scored 77. So I don't mind going for maybe a Mercury team total under.
All right. Let's go on to Saturday. 4 games on the slate. Kicking off early on Saturday, 1 p.m. on the East Coast. Seattle Storm on the road going to play the Minnesota Lynx. Lynx are laying 12.5 points here. 157.5 is total. Olivia Miles, as the chat said earlier, I think it was Bills Mafia, put the league on notice. She is really, really good. She doesn't have to just be a playmaker. She can do it herself and score the basketball. I am dangerously afraid to see what this Minnesota team, this Minnesota Lynx team looks like when they are fully healthy. Nafisa Collier, Courtney Williams, Kayla McBride, Dorka Juhas, Olivia Miles. This team's going to be really, really good. And Cheryl, at some point or another, is probably going to get herself another title, if I'm being honest. Minnesota is legit.
That was probably my best call preseason.
Yeah. Yeah, Minnesota, like 8-2, and Collier hasn't touched a court.
For an update, by the way, Reeve is currently the coach of the year favorite at plus 350. She's tied with Smesko, which I thought Reeve was alive to win the award preseason, and I thought Miles was going to destroy the entire WNBA. So, yeah, so far they look really, really good.
Seattle, on the other hand,
they stink, which we got right. I mean, that team's awful.
And it's not like that they're giving up a bunch of points when they lose these games. It's just more the fact that they can't score. at all whatsoever. Like putting the ball in the basket is actually not an easy concept for them. If you actually look at it, they're one of the top teams defensively in terms of scoring defense. Like they are not horrible defensively. They just can't score. They're scoring 75.6 points per game at this point in the season, Scott. What team are you consistently beating in the W? Get only scoring 75 points per game. This isn't the Connecticut Sun of years past that could hold people under 70 and win games every game. Like I if you can't put the ball in the basket, how am I ever supposed to trust you as Seattle? Like, so my only concern here for Minnesota in this line is the fact of you just played the Valkyries and you went to war, and that was a really good team. And it's just like they could have some type of little meltdown, like some crazy little meltdown, but they've been dominating teams. Like they've been beat Chicago by 10, went and beat the Atlanta Dream by 15, went and beat Chicago again in the second matchup by 21. Then they dominated Phoenix to where I don't even feel like doing that mental math in my head right now for 111-77. So like they've been beating up on teams. I understand why the line is this big because the Lynx have been beating up on teams. The only thing that you could say negative in their favor right now is that this is Seattle and it could be a letdown spot. The fact of one, Seattle plays pretty good defense, and two, the fact of they just don't care. Who cares? This is Seattle.
I mean, I don't really have much to say because we both think Seattle stinks. We think that Minnesota's a very solid team. Very good win against the Valkyries. I know they were at home. I believe they're still undefeated against the Valkyries. I mean, like ever. I don't believe the Valkyries have ever beaten that team. But the Lynx just have a great amount of depth, talent, and coaching, which is why I thought they'd be dangerous preseason. And Courtney's been amazing. Miles, I thought, would be really good. I'm not sure if I thought she'd be this dominant this quickly. I mean, hitting 8 threes is crazy when that's allegedly the weakness of your entire game. But yeah, the team's a wagon. I got nothing else to say. Like, this team's very good. They lost that one game to Chicago in the game where Kia got injured. And since then, they've basically been unbeatable. So I'm on Minnesota here. Seattle, look, you can argue that defensively, maybe this turns into a low-scoring, grinded-out game, which is why this low total in combination with this low spread could be a bit dicey because they're not picking many points overall. But we saw Seattle barely score really any points all season at this point. Like, they really just can't put the ball in the basket. And you're looking at Seattle, who in their last game got destroyed by Dallas. 2 games ago, they got destroyed by Dallas. And they scored 56 points. They played Phoenix. We know Phoenix is not good. They only scored 68 in that game. They have scored less than 73 points in 4 straight games. So I understand why the total's so low. I understand why the spread is so big. I think I got to go with Minnesota because I'm not sure Seattle even gets to 70 in this game.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Minnesota too because they've handled the bad teams how they were supposed to handle them. So I'm just going to assume they do it again. But that is the only concern, is that they just we watch the game and it's not an effort because it's Seattle. And then they just kind of sit up at the end of the game and win the game. Where's it at? All right, we're both laying 12.5 with Minnesota. I believe we're both on the under.
I think I have to be. I'm not sure Seattle even gets to 70.
Yep. And next game up, Golden State Warriors. Whoa, excuse me. My Valkyries on the road going to play the Las Vegas Aces. Aces are laying 4.5. 169.5 is the total. Go ahead and sign yourself up for Valkyries first half. Let's see here. Can I pull up an injury report for this one? Anything? Dana Evans still out. We've got questionable tag on Jewel Lloyd and on Kennedy Carter. Kennedy Carter did miss the last game for the Aces.
Well,
Yeah,
to be
I
clear,
think
she missed the last game and they still won without her. But yeah, she did not play.
yes. So the Valkyries are still really solid.
Yeah.
Really, really good team. Can go out there, compete against anybody. I believe the Valkyries can go out there and win against anybody. At this point, a 3-point loss to the Minnesota Lynx is really, really good loss on the schedule. The Aces are, what are they? They got that first win. So now the Aces got to continue to stack wins and try to see if they can make it out of the Commissioner's Cup on this side. I don't know. I think I'm still on the Valkyries. This Valkyries team and how the mode that they can hit defensively sometimes. I just don't know how the Aces, if the Aces have one of those early season, because it's still early in the season and their defense never is up to par in the first part of the season, currently giving up 85.6 points per game. I've seen the Valkyries go into Las Vegas and have a all-world effort and destroy this team and be able to score. Natalie Nakase knows how to play them, stays aggressive, continues to attack their defense and go at them, especially in their weak points, and try to find ways to get that offense going. And this Valkyries team is pretty good off of a loss as well. So, I think that they come out here and they definitely win the first half. But this could be something where the Aces do what they normally do sometimes, especially early part of this season, which is play from behind, come back, and then maybe it's like Chelsea Gray or Asia that has some shot at the end of the game that helps secure them a win. But much like that Atlanta Dream game where Chelsea Gray had the game winner, I'm on the Valkyries plus the points. I think that this is going to be a close game either way. I think Natalie Nakase is going to have her team ready to go against her former club, the Aces.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a close game as well. The Valkyries have seemed to always give the Aces a series run for their money in all these games. But I do think the Aces win. They are at home. So I'll go for the Aces 1-10 at plus 186.
Okay. I like that. 168.5 is total.
I'm not sure.
Because I could see them both getting to 80, but is it much above 80? I don't think so. I'll go under, but that's a tough one because I would say first half under. Valkyries defense, Valkyries, how the Valkyries play, they definitely bring that scoring down in the first half. But then that second half is where teams kind of make adjustments and start to score a little bit more on the Valkyries. I'll go second half over. Second half over, first half under.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky not knowing if Jewel or Carter are going to play, which would definitely help out the offense for the Aces. But yeah, I might just be with you. I'll pick a close game early, so I don't mind that. Probably not going to bet this game overall. I think the game's pretty spot on.
You got to have a Valkyries first half bet at this point.
No, I'm saying besides Valkyries first half.
Okay.
I'm saying the overall full game, I'm not sure if I want anything.
Oh, yeah. Understood.
This might just be a fun game to watch.
Oh, of course. This is definitely going to be on the screen, especially with the fact of Knicks played the night before. That's 3 p.m. on the East Coast. Let's talk about 6 p.m. on the East Coast. The Washington Mystics on the road going to play the Atlanta Dream. Dream laying 9.5. 160.5 is the total injury report. And we have Soya Citron is questionable. So, okay, so the Mystics beat the Sky, lost to the Sparks, beat the Storm after losing to the Storm, got embarrassed by the Wings after having a really, really good win against the Fever in overtime.
I think it's pretty safe to say the Mystics are an average basketball team that can sneak up on you.
Literally up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. They're 4-4.
Yeah, they're an average team. You know?
That's exactly what they are. I'm not discouraged about what I saw from the Dream against that Indiana Fever game. Indiana needed a win. They were at home. They pulled out all the stops and, went out and had a good game against them. This is where the Dream bounced back. I am still very firm in the fact of I think the Dream are one of the best teams in the league. I think that they can only get better when Bree Jones comes back and begin to really, really tighten down on cohesiveness, Sucks for our dream to win the Commissioner's Cup bet that they lost that game against Indiana and they lost it by 12. Really sucks. But I think that they lock in, especially for these next two games as they have the Liberty next week. These next two games against home to Mystics and then at Sky. I think they lock in, put up a really good performance here. I say lay the number. They go out there and they try to recoup a lot of those points that they lost against Indiana.
I'm going to agree with you, but it's also because Citron might not play. And, of course, the problem with doing an episode the day before is that you don't know the actual status of the Mystics' best player. But I think that she is their best player. You could argue maybe it's Kiki, maybe it's Shakira. I think it's Citron. I think she is going to determine how far this team goes. I'm just not sure if they get any good guard play. And when you're against Gray and you're against Howard and you're against some solid overall backcourts, and you might be missing your main scorer in your backcourt, I'm just not sure how you keep pace. Not to mention the fact that we know Reese can definitely handle the front court of this Mystics team. I see a bad matchup, but Citron being questionable for me is the main, I'd say, point of no return when it comes to actually backing the Mystics or not backing the Mystics. Without knowing that information, I got to go Dream.
And I think the Dream they'll be able to get the stops. Is Washington going to be able to keep up? We have seen these teams be competitive last year, but I just don't know if all those, especially if Citron doesn't play, like clog up the painted area. Just don't let Shakira and Kiki go off and dare anybody else to have a big enough workload to beat you. Yeah, I don't think the Mystics have it this year. Dream giving up under 80 points per game this season. Very, very good defense. This is a bounce back game for them. Dream off a loss. All right. What's that total? 160.5?
I'm not sure the Mystics score much in this game.
Yeah, under. I don't think the Mystics score. I don't think the Mystics score at all, honestly. I think this is one of those, all right, Atlanta, we're going to drag this team by the mud. We'll get out of here by the third quarter. I'm not even going to worry. Again, they're 4-4 now, but I feel like there's going to be a point in time where there's a stretch where the Mystics cannot win a game, and that will prove that they are, the subpar team that I think they are. But as of now, they're average. Laying the number with Atlanta, I'm taking the under. I don't think Mystics score.
Cool. I think I'm with you on that.
All right. Before we get to the last game of the slate and lock dog underdog, we're going to talk about Kalshi. Real money prediction market, legal in a ton of states. They have NBA, MLB, WNBA, NHL, all of that available for you over there for trade at Kalshi. New Kalshi customers get $10 when they use that promo code SGPN. That is Kalshi, KALSHI, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm, your official data tool for dominating the NBA, MLB, WNBA, golf, and the World Cup. Yes, the World Cup over there on Rhythm. Make sure you go check them out. Rhythm's models help you cash in big, or you can build your own models. And hey, get a 7-day free trial to use Rhythm's models or yours, and use that promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use that promo code SGPN25. All right. Last game up. Indiana Fever on the road, going to play the New York Liberty. Liberty laying 2.5, 174.5 is the total. What's the injury report, Sabrina?
She's always on the injury report.
I believe she is still officially out. No update yet.
Sabrina missed the game on Wednesday, and I don't see any updates right now. So maybe.
So I don't know. I still kind of feel like these are two teams that are both underperforming. I'm not really married one way or another here. I think the Liberty can bounce back, but you talked about the coaching of the Liberty. I'm not certain that they have it all figured out, but they've won 3 straight. Now, 2 of those games have been against the Mercury. So, does that matter any? I don't know. They've also beaten the Tempo. Does that matter any? I don't know. But Indiana hasn't been anything really, really impressive. And I'm curious on how Caitlin Clark will play in the game because she's had a good games against good games against the Liberty before. And I think that she could be an X factor, but it's been so many times this season where it's just like, okay, this doesn't look like what the Caitlin Clark that we were all told we were getting inside the league. This just feels like another good player, but not great player.
At the same point, though, we also know the Fever tend to give the Liberty very competitive games.
Mm-hmm.
And these games sometimes go to overtime. Sometimes they're like a one-possession game. Like, who knows? Do you really want to lay points at the Liberty? I understand the Fever have been a very annoying team so far this season because they mainly have no-showed some games against bad teams. But then they randomly stepped up against the Dream. Unless you want to just chalk it up to Caitlin right now just dominating the Angel Reese rivalry so far in their pro careers. So maybe that's just the one get-up spot the Fever have before they go back to losing against the Liberty. But I don't really like how the Liberty played so far this season. I'm not sure either team can guard anybody, so I don't mind the over in this game. First things first, I could see a bunch of points. But I might go with Indiana. There's no guarantee that Ionescu's going to play. Maybe you want to wait it out. The Liberty have won 3 in a row, but they beat Toronto. They beat Phoenix twice. So I'm not going to read into any of that. Like, I really just don't think those 3 wins are worth anything. But the Liberty at home, 4-3. Indiana's only played 3 road games, so they haven't won a road game in a while because they lost to the Fire by 16 and they lost to the Valkyries by 2. But both those games got into the high 170s or 180s. So I like the over first things first for this game. I think I might go Fever. Just whichever team was getting plus money, I would take. But I prefer the over. I'm not sure we get any defense in this game. Give me the over and give me the Fever.
I mean, it's just really that game against the Dream. Like, they look good in that game, but like, dog, they got destroyed by the Fire. They went at Caitlin Clark relentlessly in that game. The Valkyries went and bounced back after a loss and was able to come back at home and get a win over this team. Like, what is Indiana on the road? Let me see.
They're not good.
It's officially here. They're 1-2 straight up, but 2-1 against the spread officially. But I just feel like we haven't seen like last road game, Portland, road game before that, Valkyries. Now you're on the road against the Liberty.
To be fair, the Valkyries one wasn't that bad. They lost by 2. Like, that one was at least close.
Yeah, but like still a loss.
Yeah.
I guess they would cover the spread. So like that's what you're saying. Sure. I'll take Liberty. I'll lay the 2.5 with Liberty. Say the Liberty get it done by at least 3, maybe 3-4 point game with free throws. But I don't know how trusting I am of Indiana on the road. Indiana's defense on the road as well, 90, 100 in the last 2 games. I agree with you. I think points, a whole bunch of scoring. And I'm just going to say the ball bounces the Liberty's way. But I'm really not looking forward to either one of these 2 teams right now. I think they have a lot to improve on before the end of the season. Let's see. Anything else here, Scott?
Not really. I think I'm good.
All right, lock, dog. See if we can make a little underdog lineup too. Lock. 2-game slate. Well, I'm sorry, 2-day slate. Do I want to put my faith in Portland? I don't know. I love the Valkyries first half, but let's go with let's fade the Sparks. I think the Wings have been playing pretty solid basketball, and I don't agree with the line movement. Yes, Kelsey Plum is back, but like that doesn't guarantee that they're going out here and win the game. And what does she look like? Is it effective? Is it not effective? I'll be with the Wings, laying a short number, 1.5. That's my lock. For my dog. Okay, we're going to have to get creative with the dog. Okay. For my dog, let's go over to a player prop. And we will take kind of want to go with Carla late just because I know she drives to the basket all the time, and that Mercury team is just not guarding anything inside the paint today, especially with uh AT potentially out. But I think I'm gonna pivot and I'm gonna go over to Connecticut and I'm gonna take Brittany Griner to have a good game. Oh, I wish there was a number in between here, but I'll go with Brittany Griner for 18 plus points at plus 253. And the reason being is because her primary defender is going to be Camila Cardoso, who can't guard any bigs. Very good rim protector. If you're smaller coming at the rim, she can send your shot back. But if you're an athletic big that's her size and you're able to move off the bounce with the ball, especially inside the post, like Camilla is put into a blender. And so Griner, they continue to give her the opportunity here. That's why she came to Connecticut, so that she could get this opportunity to just continue to play and play to a higher level than what she was coming off the bench for Atlanta. I think this is a game she could have a big game. So I'll take 18 plus points, Brittany Griner, plus 253.
All right. For my lock, I'm actually going to fade Phoenix. Give me the Fire minus the. Right now, I see 3.5. I think is the best number available. I could check to see if there's any better line. I see 2.5 on Caesars, a minus 110. I'll grab that. We know Phoenix in general is not very good. Now, Copper might miss her first game of the season. You're looking at AT, who might miss this game as well. They stink regardless, but at least Portland's fully healthy, and they're at home, and they've been great at home so far this season. Good enough for me. Give me the Fire minus the 2.5, minus 110 as my lock for the show. For my dog, give me a player prop. I'm going to go for Chelsea Gray under 1.5 made threes at plus 140. I understand she might play more minutes because Carter and Lloyd are still banged up, but you're looking at Gray, who's gone under this number in 4 straight. And the Valkyries have really done a great job of limiting her three-pointers in their career meetings. She's had less than 2 3-pointers in 4 straight against the Valkyries. And she's had back-to-back games with 0 3-pointers against the Valkyries. So I think 140 is a pretty big price. Give me Chelsea Gray under 1.5 threes plus 140.
All right. Underdog. I'm cool with adding Griner's points, 12.5 and underdog.
Sure, that's fine with me.
And then we expect a lot of points in Dallas and Sparks.
I saw somebody asking about Paige. Paige was at 19.5. She does tend to go crazy in the stadium.
And she's crazy efficient when she goes crazy. I'm fine with that.
Sure, I said 19.5. We could just take that.
Okay. Paige gets to 20. I could be sold into. I could play a Hamby play today in that same game. Her and Plum, that 2-man with her and Plum is really good. I think that's going to be where, like, Hamby's going to really, really be happy Plum's back because she's just going to get better looks at the basketball. I could play that. 15.5.
Sure, that's fine.
All right, Brittany Griner, higher 12.5 points. Dearica Hamby, higher 15.5 points. And Paige Beckers, higher 19.5 points. 5.82x. $100 gets you $582 under there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. All right, Scott, anything else for people before we get up out of here?
Not really. 7 games, so there you go. 7 games in 44 minutes. Not too shabby. But, yeah, enjoy the WNBA action over the weekend. Once again, a lot of competitive games on paper and Commissioner's Cup. So looking forward to the matchups.
All right. He's at Right Shot Radio. I'm at Really Right __. Make sure you give us a follow at SGPN NBA, youtube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast, and give us a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast. WNBA Gambling Podcast. Appreciate that. With that, that's it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end it like this. We are out of here.